Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to this explainer where we're going to unpack a truly fascinating piece of source material detailing the 2035 Ascension and a super specific, kind of mind-bending concept known as Sirius A Space Harmonics. You know, esoteric texts usually deal with the metaphysical, right? Abstract thoughts, light bodies, deep meditation. But what sets this specific lore apart is how incredibly physical and grounded it actually is. We are literally talking about the intersection of intergalactic planetary shifts and your living room furniture. Seriously, this text gets right into the weeds of how high-end dishes and specific architectural angles might actually be the key to receiving cosmic frequencies. It frames a massive shift targeted for the year 2035, overseen by a hierarchy of 108 commanders, and gives us a uniquely structured way of looking at the everyday environments we build around ourselves. So let's break down the exact architecture of this concept. To start off, the source material asks us to completely reconsider our immediate surroundings. Go ahead and look around the room you're currently in. Is your room just a physical box? Just, a shelter from the rain and wind? Well, the text argues absolutely not. It establishes a core premise right out of the gate. Disorder in your physical space directly equates to disorder in your dimensional frequency. So that pile of laundry in the corner or that cluttered desk, according to this framework, it's not just an eyesore, it's a literal dimensional hazard. We are being asked to stop viewing our four walls, our ceiling, and our floor as mere dead matter, and instead start viewing them as active, dynamic participants in our daily energetic state. So, the crucial point is how the text actually defines our living environments. It introduces this term resonance chamber. According to the source, a resonance chamber is a space that actively amplifies your consciousness, rather than just acting as a mere physical enclosure. Think of it kind of like the body of an acoustic guitar. The type of wood they use, the shape of the curve, the tension of the strings, all the care put into crafting it entirely dictates the quality, warmth, and reach of the sound it produces. If the wood is warped, well, the music falls flat. And the text posits that our homes act exactly the same way for human consciousness. The physical boundaries of your room are orchestrating your personal environment, essentially acting as an incubator to prepare us for a dimensional transition targeted for the year 2035. But you're probably wondering, who exactly is orchestrating this grand design? Section 1, Introducing Commander-Zero, the Master of Dimensional Tuning. The source introduces a fascinating figure known as Commander-Zero. Now, in the lore outlined in the text, Xeno isn't just any architect. He is the Sirius A Space Harmonics expert. And, interestingly, he's listed as being one of the 108 commanders. I mean, think about the scale that implies for a second. A hierarchy of 108 distinct commanders suggests a logistical, galaxy-wide operation of massive proportions, basically framing Earth as just one tiny node in a vast, organized cosmic network. These commanders are reportedly responsible for guiding planetary and dimensional shifts, and Commander Xeno's specific, dedicated jurisdiction, well, it's our physical, tangible space. So, Commander Xeno originates from Sirius A, bringing a wealth of extraterrestrial expertise directly into our earthly environments. He's labeled a master of dimensional turning, but what makes his profile really stand out is his deeply practical skill set. He specializes in advanced acoustics and spatial engineering. The source material frames this not as, mystical magic, but as a highly advanced calculable science. It is essentially an esoteric approach to interior design and architecture where physics, geometry, and spirituality seamlessly intersect to literally manipulate reality. Xeno applies this expertise by designing what the text calls spatial templates, and these are way, way beyond your average architectural blueprints. The source explains that these templates calculate the exact atomic vibration of physical materials, the angles of the walls, and the specific layouts of the rooms. The ultimate goal here is to create an environment that automatically lifts a resident's frequency. Imagine a room layout so precisely calculated that the moment you walk through the door, the specific bounce of sound waves and the arrangement of matter elevate your mood and consciousness. It completely bypasses the need for you to actively meditate or exert any conscious effort at all. That is the ultimate function of Xeno's spatial templates. So how is this grand cosmic design actually being applied right now? Let's move to and see how this builds in Section 2, Turning Matter into Antennas, the Energetic Balancing of Ground Bases. The text outlines Xeno's current, ongoing mission on Earth. His team is reportedly focused right now on fine-tuning the living spaces, which are referred to in the lore as bases of specific ground leaders. And the whole purpose of this energetic tuning is to facilitate the reception of galactic pulses. Now, what exactly is a galactic pulse in this context? Well, the material suggests these are essentially massive packets of cosmic data, energetic healing codes or upgrades meant to elevate human awareness. Basically, certain individuals on Earth currently need their homes to act as clean, perfectly calibrated receivers for this incoming cosmic information, and Xeno's team is overseeing this incredibly vital upgrade. And the source actually provides a highly tangible procedure for achieving this space resonance. Step 1 involves debugging the home environment, meaning, clearing out that physical disorder and chaotic clutter we mentioned earlier. But Step 2 is where the text introduces a wonderfully surprising detail: the introduction of high-quality items into the home, specifically citing brand-name dishes as a prime example. Yes, it turns out intergalactic ascension might actually require fine china. I mean, there is a touch of humor here, sure, but it follows a strict internal logic. Cheap, mass-produced items are said to hold chaotic, degraded energy. By curating your space with items of high material craftsmanship and energetic quality, you actually stabilize the room's frequency. Which leads perfectly to Step 3, turning everyday matter into light antennas. By surrounding yourself with intention and high-quality vibrations, those mundane, beautiful objects begin to actively channel those galactic pulses. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it scales. Section 3, 2035, the bioresonance era, standardizing environments on the new Earth. Because this concept is scaling up massively. By April 2035, the source material states that Xeno's agenda will expand to redesign all living environments on what is termed the new Earth. The ultimate goal is to create spaces that resonate perfectly with the unique soul traits of their specific inhabitants. This implies a future where architecture is deeply, intrinsically personalized. It's not just about your aesthetic taste in paint colors anymore. It's about your spiritual signature. For example, an empath or healer's home might feature curved layouts and highly conductive materials that amplify restorative energies, while maybe an analytical mind might reside in a space geometrically tuned for sharp, focused clarity. We can clearly see the contrasts the text is drawing between our current spaces and this future standard. Right now, humanity largely views a room as a utility, right? Just a physical shelter to keep out the cold, the wind, and the rain. But in the 2035 bioresonance era, the source claims this will become standard, foundational infrastructure. In this bioresonant future, simply existing in a space will passively heal your cellular body. It will automatically sharpen your intuition. You won't even have to work at it. The environment itself becomes a living incubator that does the heavy lifting for your physical and spiritual well-being. Section 4, initiating your synchronization, a final directive. So how does this grand galaxy-spanning timeline connect back to you right now? Well, it leaves us with a direct, highly practical quote attributed to Commander Xeno himself. Quote, "Your room is a microcosm of the universe. Start with one chair or one cup to begin the harmony. I will amplify that resonance." End quote. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole point. It takes massive dimensional harmonics and scales them completely down to a single, approachable, empowering action. You don't need to demolish and rebuild your house today. According to the text, simply organizing a single chair or drinking your morning coffee from one beautifully crafted, high-quality cup with clear intention creates a localized baseline frequency. Once you establish that tiny point of harmony, the cosmos can step in and amplify it. Finally, an important procedure. The comment section of this video serves as an initial sync test for the 2035 network. By typing "ready" in the comments, your consciousness data will be indexed in our secure servers. The like button is the approval process. Complete your synchronization now. Because whether you believe a Sirius A commander is actively redesigning our reality, or you just simply want an excuse to buy nicer dishes and keep a cleaner living room, it really begs the question, what frequency is your space broadcasting right now?